Hey everyone, it's Vicky here. So the things that I am wanting to mostly focus on my channel are dealing with infertility, with adoption, some information on foster care, about raising children with that are a different race than you are, children with special needs. So I want to tell you my story of infertility. I really feel that there are so many women that are dealing with infertility and they feel alone. I know I did. We really need to reach out and support each other in that. So I want to tell you my story so that hopefully you'll be able to gain some knowledge, gain some encouragement from that. Feel free to reach out in the comments and let's just be there for each other and support each other. So my battle with infertility really started in the year 2000. So my husband and I have been married for a year. We started thinking about having children, and we had been trying for about a year, and I was having trouble getting pregnant, and it just wasn't happening. 2001 rolled around, still nothing had happened. I was having strange pains, didn't really understand what was going on, so I went to the doctor. They did an ultrasound, and he found some pretty severe endometriosis there, and he said that I needed surgery, or I wasn't going to be able to have children. At that point, he said that my chances of getting pregnant was about 5%, very low. So he took me in and did what's called a laparoscopy. It is they just make a couple little incisions, they go in, they clean out the endometrial tissue that's damaged and causing all the problems, and basically that is what was keeping me from being able to get pregnant at the time. So I go and I have that surgery. He comes in after the surgery and he says, okay, before your chances were about 5%, you got about a 50% chance now. You got about 6 months. I'm like, no pressure. He said, on average, it comes back in about 6 months. So he jokingly told my husband to chase me around the bed for 6 months. Like, oh, no pressure there. 6 months rolled around and nothing. I still had not gotten pregnant. And as you know, if you've been going through it and struggled with it and tried and all those months were like, oh, I'm late, maybe I'm pregnant, and then you do a test and nothing. Or that intimate time with your husband really just turns into a chore. And the doctor said, the doctors were telling me, you got to relax, don't stress over it. How can I not? I mean, I've been told that I've got, I started out with a 5% chance to get pregnant, now 50% for 6 months, and I'm stressed and I'm feeling guilty. I'm thinking, what is wrong with me that I can't give my husband a child? It's my fault. All right, if you're feeling that, that's not true. Okay, it's not your fault. I know it feels like it. I know it feels like it's your fault, but it's not. And I hope you're blessed enough to have a husband like mine that said, my husband said, it's not about that. I love you. I didn't marry you so you could have my kids. I didn't marry you so you get pregnant and have my children. I married you because I love you, and we'll get through this together. And that really helped me because I felt really bad. I felt, like I said, I felt guilty, that I was ruining his dream for children and my dream as well. And so we go on and just nothing happens. And another year goes by, still nothing. And we end up moving to another town. And we get to looking into what are our other options. You know, the doctor told me that, you know, some people look into in vitro fertilization, and some people ask me, why did you do that? The doctor told me because of my condition, the way it was, the severity of it, the chances of me being able to get pregnant with in vitro fertilization were very slim. Just things that were going on inside of my body was just not going to allow it to happen. And, you know, if some people want to do the in vitro and want to try that, and that is, you know, you got to do what you feel is right for you. You know, each woman has to make that decision about their body, about how they want to go about it. And my husband started talking about adoption, and I just wasn't ready for that. And I wasn't against adoption. We had talked before we got married about having a few children biologically on our own and then adopting. We have a lot of adopted people in our family, so I was for adoption. But I wasn't ready to let go of being a mom through being pregnant and having a child biologically that we had created together through God helping us create that child. So I wasn't quite ready to talk about adoption yet. So I prayed and prayed, and finally one night I just got down and just was broken. And I said, God, if you don't want me, if I'm not meant to have a child, okay, you know how much I want that. But if that is not in your plan for me, you're going to have to take that desire away from me, because it hurts too bad. It's too painful. So, you know what he did? He took away my desire to be pregnant. I was suddenly like, I'm okay with not getting pregnant. He didn't take away my desire to be a mom. He took away my desire to be pregnant. So I thought, what does that mean, Lord? What is your plan with that? I don't have a desire to be pregnant, but I still want to be a mom. So what have you got in store? Well, where we had moved to, my husband transferred to another job, and we met some people that had adopted from China. And at this point, I was still iffy about adoption. I really wasn't sure. I mean, I knew that was, I was okay with it, but I didn't really know what kind of route. There are many different options in going the adoption route. And I really wasn't sure which direction we were supposed to go. So some new friends that we had met said, hey, we're having a gathering of families who adopted from China. Why don't you come and join us? So we went to that event, and I guess about 10 to 15 minutes into their gathering, I went to the bathroom and I bawled my eyes out for about 20 minutes. Seeing those moms with those children, any of you going through an infertility know holidays, going to the mall, seeing people pushing around babies in strollers, going to the store, seeing people with kids, just walking through the baby section, walking by the baby section at the store, seeing the diapers and the baby clothes and all of that. It's just crushing. I couldn't go to the store. I couldn't go to the mall, especially at Christmas when you see them all pushing them around. So I went to the bathroom and I cried, seeing how happy all these families were. But the tears weren't just for sadness that I didn't have that. They were also for joy at God had finally shown us a way of how he planned for us to be parents. When we got home from that event, we both looked at each other and said, we're going to China. We're going to China. So we contacted an agency called Chinese Children Adoption International out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and they assisted us with the adoption process. And I'll tell you that story in another video, but there, you know, whether it be adoption or foster care or in vitro fertilization, whatever is it that is your path to go after infertility, just know there are options, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there are people out there that are also going through that struggle. You're not alone. Reach out to someone. Don't hold it in. Don't hide it. Talk to someone. Know that there is help out there and that you are not alone. So reach out and know that there is hope after infertility. I'll talk to you later about some more of our story about our adoptions, our 3 adoptions now, 3 children adopted, and their different stories. And so my next video, I'll be talking about things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you liked it, if you want to see more, please subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.